When was the last time you actually looked at your father? I don't mean that glazed-over glance you give him while you're asking him to pass the salt across the dinner table. I mean really looked at him, looked past the wrinkles, past the gray hair, and deep into his eyes. Did you see the man living inside that body, or did you just see Dad? We have a terrifying habit of dehumanizing the people who gave us life. We reduce them to fixtures in our own story, static roles that exist only to raise us, scold us, and support us. We forget that long before you existed, they were people. They were 20 years old once. They were reckless. They had their hearts smashed into a million pieces on a Tuesday afternoon. They had wild dreams that life slowly ground into dust. They had secrets they swore they'd never tell another soul. And right now, whether you want to admit it or not, their clock is ticking down. I am speaking to you as a man who is 75 years old. My parents have been in the ground for a long time now. And let me tell you, the heaviest burden I carry today isn't financial debt. It isn't a failed career. It is the crushing debt of unasked questions. It is the hollow realization that I buried two strangers who happened to love me. Do not make the mistake of waiting for the funeral to realize you never truly knew the people standing right in front of you. I have a list of questions that you need to ask them. And I mean tonight. This isn't a casual suggestion for your next holiday visit. This is an obligation. We walk around with this arrogant assumption that our parents are going to be around forever. They are the bedrock of our reality, the constant variable in a chaotic world. Even when they get sick, even when they slow down, we convince ourselves they will bounce back. So we waste our time talking to them about surface-level garbage. We ask, how is the weather? Did you catch the game last night? How is your arthritis acting up? We are essentially skating on the surface of a frozen lake, terrified to break the ice because we are scared of the deep, cold water that lies underneath. Why do we do this? Because seeing our parents as vulnerable, complex, flawed human beings is terrifying. It shatters the childhood illusion that they are all-knowing gods who have it all figured out. But you have to shatter that illusion. That is the only way to find the real treasure buried in their history. I remember sitting by my mother's hospital bed during her final days. The room had that sharp, chemical smell of antiseptic mixed with the sweetness of wilting flowers. The only music in the room was the rhythmic, mechanical beep of the heart monitor, counting down her remaining seconds. She was so weak. Her voice had been reduced to a thin whisper, and in that precise moment, a wave of panic hit me. I realized I didn't know her favorite song. I didn't know the name of the first boy she ever loved. I didn't know what she was most afraid of in this world. I had spent 50 years alongside this woman. I knew her functions. She was the cook, the cleaner, the mother, but I did not know her soul. I tried to ask her then. I leaned in close, but she was too tired. She drifted off, and those answers died with her. That silence that followed her death was deafening. It still rings in my ears. But that silence taught me exactly what I should have asked 10 years earlier. You still have the luxury of time. You have the chance to speak before that heart monitor flatlines. So, what do you ask? You need to stop asking about their day and start asking about their life. You need to go beyond the resume. Question number 1. What is the one decision you made in your life that you regret the most? This question is a sledgehammer. It cracks the armor. Parents spend their entire lives trying to appear perfect and infallible to their children. Asking about regret gives them permission to finally be human. You will learn about the paths they didn't take, the careers they abandoned, the risks they were too scared to try. And often, you will find the root of your own fears hidden inside their stories. Question number 2. Who was the person who broke your heart before you met mom or dad? This is shocking to think about, isn't it? It feels almost illegal to imagine. But they had a vivid, painful life before you came along. They felt the stinging, breathless pain of rejection. Hearing your father talk about his first heartbreak changes the fundamental way you see him. Suddenly, he isn't just the disciplinarian or the provider. He is a man who knows what it feels like to lose. It creates a bridge of empathy between you that is absolutely unbreakable. When you ask this, don't just listen to the words. Use the sensory details of memory. Watch their face. Watch the way their eyes drift off to the left, looking back into a past you were never part of. Watch the slight, nostalgic smile or the tightening of the jaw. Those micro-expressions tell a story deeper than any words they will say. Question number 3. What was the happiest time of your life? And you are not allowed to say when the kids were born. You have to force them to choose a moment that was just for them. Maybe it was a backpacking trip they took through Europe in their 20s. Maybe it was a small, quiet victory at work that nobody else noticed. You need to see them as individuals, distinct entities, not just as parents whose entire existence revolves around you. You need to validate their existence separate from yours. Question number 4. What are you most proud of that nobody knows about? We all have secret victories. We all have battles we fought in the dark, demons we wrestled with when no one was watching. Ask them to shine a light on theirs. You might find out that your quiet, unassuming mother fought a brutal war with anxiety or poverty that you never knew existed. You will gain a profound new respect for the strength it took for them to just show up every day. But the most important question, the one you must ask, is this. Is there anything you want to forgive me for, or anything you want me to forgive you for? This is the nuclear option. This clears the air in a way nothing else can. We all carry resentments. You were too hard on me when I was 16. You weren't there enough when I needed you. You disappointed me. These unsaid things rot the relationship from the inside out like a cancer. Bringing them into the light dissolves them. I never asked my father for forgiveness for the years I ignored him in my 30s. I was too busy, too important. And now I have to forgive myself for that, which is a hell of a lot harder to do. When you finally sit down to ask these questions, shut up. Do not interrupt. Do not judge. Just listen. And if you can, record the conversation. Pull out your phone and hit record. One day, that digital file will be the most valuable asset you own. Imagine sitting in your living room 10 years from now. The house is quiet. Your parents are gone. You press play on that recording. You hear your father's laugh fill the room. You hear the specific catch in your mother's voice as she tells a story she loved. The sound of a loved one's voice is the very first thing you forget after they die. It fades like a dream you can't quite remember in the morning. Preserving it, preserving their stories, is the greatest act of love you can perform. Your parents are walking libraries of wisdom, history, and emotion. But that library is on fire. It is burning down a little bit every single day. Do not let the fire consume the books before you have a chance to read them. Go home, call them, set up a dinner, look them in the eye, and ask. Ask before the silence takes over. Ask before you are left with nothing but a cold headstone to talk to. Because the conversation you have tonight might be the one that heals you for the rest of your life.